Are you ready to rid your body of unwanted estrogen and balance your hormones? In this video, I'm going to share 10 research-backed foods to detox estrogen and balance your hormones fast. Hey, my name is Madeline MacKinnon. I'm a nutritionist and the author of the Hormone Type Cookbook. And today we're talking about a common hormonal problem a lot of women face: estrogen dominance. And estrogen dominance occurs when you have too much estrogen compared to your progesterone. And it can cause a lot of unwanted, uncomfortable symptoms like breast pain, bloating, fibroids, headaches, PMS. It can even contribute to period pain as well. What we're talking about today is what foods you can actually eat to effectively detox your estrogen. So first, let's bust some myths, because when I talk estrogen detoxing foods, I'm in no way talking about going on a short-term estrogen detox cleanse or short-term detox diet program or anything like that. Because when it comes to our estrogen is actually constantly getting detoxed from our body. Our liver is working 24/7 detoxing. And I don't think that going on these short-term detoxes are actually all that effective when it comes to hormone health. Essentially, what's happening when we're having estrogen dominance, our body is lacking the core nutrients it needs to properly detox our estrogen. So when we start to add in certain foods, we can help support our body in properly detoxing. So let's get a little bit into the science about how estrogen and estrogen detox works. So first off, our body produces estrogen mostly from our ovaries, but we also produce a small amount in our fat cells and our adrenals. I remember once I was looking at one of my clients' hormone tests. She had terrible migraines and pelvic pain. And when I looked at her test, we saw that her estrogen, her natural estrogen, was about 3 times more than it should have been. And that was pretty scary because she was having really severe pelvic issues. So estrogen, it really is a hormone where we need to use it and then lose it. Estrogen needs to be detoxed through our liver, through our bowels. Even our lymphatic system and our gallbladder is involved in the whole process of removing estrogen. So if there's an issue in any of these phases, we can have problems. We have phase 1 and 2 detox that happens in our liver. And then we have phase 3 detox that happens in our gut. We actually have this collection of bacteria in our gut called the estrobolome. That's main purpose is to metabolize our estrogen. So our gut health can directly influence our estrogen health. So that's really important when it comes to food. So when I'm working with a client, I'm going to test all of the phases of estrogen detox to see which ones need attention. And then we can specifically target different foods and supplements based on what phase of estrogen detox you're having an issue with. So let's talk about the foods. When I was writing my book, The Hormone Type Cookbook, I was actually so impressed with how much research there is out there on specific foods to detox estrogen. So when I'm sharing these foods, these aren't just foods that we think are helpful. These are foods that are known in research to be helpful. So food number 1 is radishes. Radishes are really high in prebiotic fiber, meaning they actually can help act as food for our intestinal bacteria. It's an incredible prebiotic, so it will help with your phase 3 detox, but it's also really high in sulfur, which is important for phase 1 and 2 estrogen detox. So number 2 is raw fermented sauerkraut. So I have some here in my fridge. I love adding raw sauerkraut because you're getting all of the beneficial bacteria that's going to support your phase 3 detox. And then you're also getting the benefits of cabbage, which is part of the cruciferous vegetable family, which is known to help detox and support specifically phase 1 estrogen detox. So I love sauerkraut. You can add it just on a regular basis, even once a day at lunch or dinner. Just add a couple tablespoons to the side of your meal and it will help support your digestion, and it's just so delicious. Just make sure that you're buying the unpasteurized sauerkraut from the fridge because that has the probiotics in it. Food number 3 is raw carrots. These work specifically for our phase 3 detox. Eating raw carrots actually help to detox estrogen and pull out estrogen effectively from our gut. There's been a lot of people who have found that it specifically helped with their menstrual migraines. I always recommend getting organic carrots, washing them and eating them unpeeled. So for the sake of your estrogen, try to have 1 raw carrot a day. One thing I do is just when I'm cooking dinner, I go go grab a carrot, take it out of the fridge, and just snack on it as I'm cooking dinner to make sure I'm getting that every single day. Food number 4 is beets. I love beets so much for so many different reasons when it comes to hormone health, but for estrogen, beets are really high in betaine, which is this chemical compound that's really important for the process of phase 2 estrogen detox, which is called methylation. So consuming beets in your diet regularly is great. You could have them cooked up in a soup. I love to make a borscht once in a while. You can also have beet powder, add it to smoothies, make fresh raw beet juice, or just shred it and add it to salads. I have a really great recipe in my cookbook in the estrogen chapter on how to make a beet berry smoothie, where essentially you're just actually adding some raw peeled beet in the smoothie with berries, and then you have this delicious drink that's going to help support and detox estrogen. Number 5 is mushrooms. So mushrooms actually help prevent our testosterone and our androgens, which are important for women's hormone health, from converting into estrogen. This process is called aromatization, and mushrooms are known to be an aromatase inhibitor. So I think there's a lot of wisdom to this because there's research out there that shows that women who have higher amounts of mushrooms in their diet have lower breast cancer rates. So this is really important, and what I recommend doing is whenever you go to the supermarket, just buy a package of mushrooms and just add them to your diet, 3 times a week. Just throw some mushrooms, saute them up, and just have them on the side of your meals. Cooked is totally fine. White button mushrooms are great, but you'll also get even more cancer protective benefits from having maitake and shiitake mushrooms. Number 6 is Brussels sprouts, in particular because they help to boost glutathione, which is a really important anti-aging liver antioxidant that's associated with the whole estrogen detoxing process. So I love Brussels sprouts. Roast them up, add them to your food as much as you can because you're gonna get so many benefits from them. So number 7 is egg yolk. And why egg yolks are so important is because they contain choline, which is an important nutrient that is essential for methylation, which is our phase 2 estrogen detox. So you don't have to be plant-based to detox estrogen. Egg yolks are so beneficial, so I recommend adding them into your diet. Number 8 is spices from the Acacia family, in particular caraway, dill, and celery seed. These spices have been shown in research to help with phase 1 estrogen detox. And I think the best way to add these spices in is to get fresh dill from the supermarket. Just chop it up and add it fresh into your salads, mix it with beets, add it to borscht. Just fresh dill is so beneficial for estrogen detox, in particular phase 1 detox. Number 9 is turmeric. You may know turmeric for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits, but turmeric also acts on phase 1 estrogen detox. So it's another spice you can focus on adding it to your foods, or you could consider turmeric supplements. Number 10 is probably the most effective of all the estrogen detoxing foods you could possibly eat, and that is broccoli sprouts. Broccoli sprouts are so special because they're really high in sulforaphane, which has so many benefits to our health. Sulforaphane helps to neutralize toxins. In particular, when it comes to estrogen, it's helping our phase 1 and our phase 2 detox. If that is impaired, just adding in broccoli sprouts on a daily basis can do wonders for supporting our overall estrogen detox. You can make your own broccoli sprouts or you can purchase them at the store. They're actually the most effective when you put them in the freezer and then you store them in the freezer and then you take them out and just blend them into a smoothie. It's gonna have a strong sulfur, sulforaphane, sulfur. It's gonna have that strong flavor, but its benefits are just incredible. There is a ton of research on the benefits of sulforaphane, and you can get way more value from just having broccoli sprouts than taking any forms of broccoli supplements or DIM supplements. The broccoli sprouts are going to give you the biggest benefit. So if you want more info on how to naturally detox estrogen, I recommend checking out my book, the Hormone Type Cookbook. There is an entire chapter all about high estrogen. It has a list of all of the foods, and it has some delicious recipes like my beet berry smoothie, my roasted chicken Brussels sprout sheet pan meal. There's a ton of great recipes in there, so you can check out the Hormone Type Cookbook. There'll be more information in the link below if you have any questions. So thanks so much for watching this video. Definitely like, share this video, and follow, because I'm going to be posting videos every single week all about how to balance hormones with a focus on nutrition. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week.